Hey everybody. So today I'm going to talk about the apocalypse or any kind of apocalyptic scenario. I'm going to be using the zombie apocalypse as the reference for this video, and I just want to get into my reasons for why I don't ever want them to happen, and my reasons, why they are bad, and it's just not a cool thing. I mean, some people think that it's going to be great because they probably play video games and they think, I'm really good at this. I'm going to be so badass at surviving. Or they've fantasized and they thought about things and then, they kind of came up with what they think is a good solution. And they think that that actually makes them qualified to, survive in a zombie apocalypse. I also believe that some people who want zombie apocalypse or any kind of apocalypse to happen have something to prove. Most of the time I think that it's because, they want to feel smart, they want to feel challenged and tested, and, they think that if this happens, it'll be the test of their life that, really sees if, tests the cut of their jib, if you get what I mean by that. Just pretty much they want a challenge. And personally, I can find challenges in my daily life, but I'm not going to waste my time, hoping for something that probably never will happen. And if it does happen, isn't going to be a good thing. So, alright, let's get into my top 10 reasons why I don't like the zombie apocalypse. Alright, so what I mean by friends is that I don't want to have to make new friends in this crazy world, and I don't want to have to start alliances with people. I already have friends here, and I care about all my friends to an extent. I love them all, and I just don't, want to have to make new friends in a world that is pretty shitty. So, yeah, I think that friends are very important, and especially in a world like this, you're going to need true friends, which it's going to be, if you've never tried to determine which of your friends are true or not, it's going to be difficult because most people are two-faced. So yeah, I think friends are really important, and I think that's one of the luxuries of this life, this world, that I really enjoy. So yeah, that's pretty much the reason why I, choose friends. So I choose this one as my number 9 because I think laws are here to protect us. They're here to keep us from injustice, and if there wasn't any laws around, there would be nothing to protect us, and you wouldn't have what you have if there wasn't any laws, because there would be nothing stopping people from taking what you have. And of course, you might say that, yeah, societies are going to pop up, and they'll be there, some here, some there, but I can promise you that no society in a zombie apocalypse would offer the same kind of protection and freedoms that we have already. So to want the zombie apocalypse to happen is to give up all of these freedoms and these safety nets that we already have for, suffering and struggle. So, food for thought. Well, I think this one's pretty obvious. I mean, if the internet wasn't here, then I wouldn't be able to make these videos for you guys. And if, society collapses, then I'm not going to be able to make these videos. So, yeah, come on. But seriously, the internet is a very important part of our daily lives now. And, the ability to just bring up information whenever you want from the internet. Maybe you're having an argument and you just need something to, help back up your argument. You just go on the internet. You just use your phone. Oh, yep, Google says this. So it's a very great tool that we can't afford to lose. So, yeah, I wouldn't want the internet to go away, even if, it was, it doesn't matter. I don't want the internet to go away, no matter what. So, what do I mean by trust? I'm not really sure about this one. I do think that it deserves to be high on my list. I just don't know too much about my feelings on this one. Pretty much the reason why I think, of course, everybody would obviously think that trust is extremely important in a situation of survival, is because I don't want to have to worry about the guy behind me who's supposed to be protecting my back stabbing my back. I don't want to have to, work around the devious person who's, the schemer of any kind of group, and he basically is plotting for my demise, or he or she, whoever it may be, or the entire group in its entirety is planning on doing something horrendous to me. I don't like that idea. I don't like having to worry about who's gonna, take me out and who's not, who can I talk to about certain things and who can't I, and what subjects should I avoid. And it's just too much work, and it causes a lot of stress, a lot of mental stress. So yeah, I don't, trust is a big issue for me. The thing about solitude is I value my alone time, and in a zombie apocalyptic world, you're probably not going to have that much time to be alone. When you do, you can't stray far from the group, and most of the time you're going to be with the group, is what I'm trying to say. And that can get a little hectic because everybody needs their space now and again, and you're going to be around people who also need some solitude, and they're not going to have it, so they're probably going to snap at you, fairly easily. As long as they get their alone time, then they probably won't have that much of a problem, but it's going to happen. So there are some advantages and disadvantages to being alone. One of them being that you don't have to worry about everybody else, and you don't have to worry about providing for everybody else. But the bad part is that you have to worry about yourself. You don't have any safety nets behind you because you don't have any other people, around you. And you also, everything that you provide, everything that you get for yourself, if you find a large amount of stuff, you can't just take it all with you. If you want to do that, then that's great. You can try, but it's going to weigh you down. And if you keep coming back and forth from whatever you found, either somebody's going to see you and, they're going to figure out that you have something there, or that you're taking something with you and you're going to put yourself in danger. And or what's going to happen is that you might have the unfortunate incident of some zombies, just waltzing on by and seeing you and attacking you, and then you got to leave. It makes you vulnerable, being alone, but it also gives you its strengths because, being alone, you don't have to provide for anyone, but you have to just for yourself. But being alone also means less defense, less safety. So it's all about your preference, but I think being in a group is a lot safer, so I'm probably going to be in a group like everybody else, but I'm probably going to be a little distant from everybody because I need my personal space, so solitude. Hospitals are a luxury, and we take them for granted. Back then, in the Middle Ages, there weren't really hospitals. There were medical physicians, but they didn't really know anything about medical science. They just kind of went with miracles, I guess, if you wanted to call them. If you're lucky to survive. And even then, about 200 years ago, we didn't have a lot of medical knowledge. Doctors were still using leeches, and they didn't know that bed rest was what you needed to get better, to cure the common cold. So the hospital is a really, really big luxury that I do not want to lose, and I don't think anybody wants to lose. Notice that in any zombie apocalypse situation, everybody always, the first thing that they usually mention is, I have a medic. First thing, stop objectifying people because that person doesn't belong to you. I know you don't mean it that way, but guess what? You kind of do, because if that guy leaves your group, you're going to be a little hurt on the inside because he's a part of your group. Again, stop treating it like it's your group, because it's not. That person has the right to leave if he wants to and go on his own. Anyway, so everybody thinks that they're going to have a medic on their group. Some people, they just can't fathom that in the apocalypse, guess what? That even if you do have a medic on your team, that doesn't mean anything. Because, for one, he's not going to be able to help you in a gunfight healing you, because it's not a video game, because he's going to need supplies to heal you. And when you get, let's say, a gun wound, he's going to have to be able to take that bullet out of you, add some morphine into you, close up the wound. It's too difficult. So he's not going to be able to help you in a gunfight. He's going to have to stay at your base, if you even have one, which a base is hard to maintain in this apocalypse. And he's going to need equipment to do all of these medical works that you think he's going to be able to do because he's a medic and he's part of your group. It's not going to be that simple. You got to remember, the apocalypse means that about more than half of the population dies. That means that pretty much people with skill, mechanics, medics, politicians, all of these kind of people are going to die. And, two of them, you don't want to die. One of them, you kind of, I don't know, I leave that up to you. But a lot of people are going to die, and it's sad that we don't have hospitals to heal those people, before, so they don't have to die. But hey, that's just it. It's a luxury that I don't want to lose. So yeah, hospitals, they're just fucking great. Now, this one is high up on my list, and the reason being is because scavenging is not fun. Think about having to go out there hungry and having a headache because you're hungry, searching for food. It's not a good thing. And yeah, you may have a group and you may be able to go search for supplies, but you gotta remember, there are gonna be other people, other groups that are searching for supplies. So if they beat you to it, you kind of just get screwed because people will look where you look. You're not the only one who can think. And the second thing is, if you get there first and then they get there second and they see you there, you put yourself at risk because we don't know if these people are friendly or hostile, and they might want to eat you because they're looking for supplies. But yeah, it's a big deal. The scarcity of food is very important, and of course, a lot of people are probably going to say, "Well, I'll grow my own food," but there comes a problem with that too. Growing your own food means that you're going to have to be able to secure your own food, and you're also going to have to be near some source of fresh water. That means you're going to have to establish a base. If other people know where your base is and they find it, then they're going to go after your base because it has food. And, they can grow food there. Of course, they're going to try and steal your base. So the thing about bases are that they're always susceptible to attack. You're always going to have to be worried, and you're going to have to be settled down and be stuck in one spot, which sucks in the zombie apocalypse because you always need to be moving. So I think this one's pretty obvious. I mean, I like showers. They make me feel clean, and if you think about it, in the zombie apocalypse, you're most likely not going to be able to take showers. So, and neither is the person next to you. So they're all going to smell like dog shit. So that's my reasoning for this one. I think this one's pretty obvious. I mean, I want to sleep in a nice comfy bed every night, and I don't want to have to worry about anything. I think having a bed, your own bed, that belongs to you, is a very good thing, especially in a stressful situation. Sleep is good. I don't want to have to be sleeping on the floor, and I don't want to have to be breaking into a place, then having to, check the place to see if it's safe for me to sleep, then, something happening while I'm sleeping in somebody else's bed. No, I want to have my own place. I want to have my own bed that's just for me, that I don't have to share, that I don't have to make space for anybody, just mine. And, I want to be able to sleep in peace. So that's mainly what this is. It's not just the bed, it's sleeping in peace. Alright, so we're about to reach number 1 and the epic conclusion of this video. And I just want to say I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked it. Please tell me what I can do to make it better. I'm sorry I'm a little tired right now. And yeah, let's get on with this. Another obvious one, but a good one at that. Your base is always subject to attack, if you even have a base. That means that if you start treating your base like a home, then you're most likely, if anything happens to that base, you're not going to be prepared for when your base gets taken over, or you're not going to be prepared if someone becomes the leader of your group and commands your base and doesn't like you and plans to kick you out. So don't treat your base like it's a home. I think the home is very important. I love having a home. It's one thing that I want to have in the future. I have a home now, thanks to my father. He's providing me with a home. But, if I didn't have him, then I wouldn't have a home. So, always having a place to go to, always having a secure location that you can always rely on is a beautiful thing, and it's what I value. So, the most important thing to me, and the best reason why you should never, ever wish for a zombie apocalypse to happen is because you will never have a home. You will never be able to settle. You're always going to be on the move, and to be honest, you're not going to be able to move forever because we all get old. So, yeah, a home is very important, and, the zombie apocalypse, it shouldn't be looked at with this sort of idea that it's something great that happens for, the best of mankind, or for whatever reason you think that it's a good idea. It's not a good idea. don't wish for it. Don't actually want it to happen. Fantasize, but don't want anything more than that, because if it does happen, you basically are going to realize how bad it is, and then you're going to look back at this video and say, damn, John, you were right. So other than that, I mean, yeah, that's about it. This wraps up this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed my video. I know it was pretty boring and it's just me talking, and I kind of didn't take too much time with these clips, but just let me know what I can do to make these videos better. Give me any advice. It doesn't matter what it is. And I hope you all enjoyed, like I said before, and yeah, just keep watching my videos, right guys? Thanks.